Good day. I've got a bit of an update for you. Get a cup of tea, get settled, let's have a little natter. So as you can probably tell, there is not going to be a van build video today, and I'm about to tell you why. We've unfortunately had several delays with the gas. As you saw from the last video, I'd left you on a bit of a cliffhanger, hadn't I? I was sort of hoping that it was going to get sorted for this week, but it hasn't been. So we took it in to get the gas fitted, didn't get done. So we were booked in for the following week, and once again when we went to go pick it up, it hadn't been done. So we haven't had the van to work on it, and the van has just been sat at the gasmen's, not been worked on either. So we have been rebooked in for a third time. You can imagine how frustrated Dad and I have been, and this is now not for another 3 or 4 weeks away. So it's going to be about a 7-week delay in total. It's out of our hands, we can't do it. This is the one thing that we've had to pay somebody else to do, and we've got delays from it. So anyway, we're dealing with different staff members that seem to have their stuff in order, and they promised me that it will get sorted on that day, because I'd actually booked to stay in it. It didn't get done, so those plans fell through. Then I planned to stay in it again. I planned to actually go away in it the following week because we were promised it would get done that week, but then it wasn't. And I'm quite worried now because I've got plans to meet friends where people are paying to go on a campsite 4 days after it's now booked in to get finished. So, yeah, a little bit frustrating, but that's why there isn't a video this week, because the last 2 weeks while they've had the van, I've been using my backlog of footage that we've had, and they're the last 2 videos you've seen. So I'm a bit caught up now. I don't want to waste 2 days editing a video when that's 2 days that we could be working on the van. I feel like now, because we've had a bit of a delay, I just want to get working on the van. A video like this where I'm talking takes me half an hour to edit, and it's not going to be a problem. The ones you normally see take 12 hours, 15 hours. So it's a lot more work. So I thought I'd just come on, let you know what's happening, and then I could use this time to crack on with building the van instead of trying to throw an edit out of some random footage of a few little odd jobs that we've done. So you're pretty much up to date with everything, apart from, I will give you a show, we have made a poo palace for Savannah down here. So we've done that, and the green has also disappeared. This is now a beautiful pink that matches the cushion, and I'm so much happy with that. I think it looks so nice. So this is just a bit of an update really to let you know what's going on. The second time we went to go pick it up, we were met with different staff members who were extremely apologetic for the service we have received and stayed late. You know, I've got to give them credit. The van had just been sat there. They hadn't been told that it needed to be done, and we were picking it up. So they kind of went into mad panic mode when we arrived and took the van that they were working off out, put ours in. Now, they have connected it up underneath. So they've gone from the underslung tank to the truma, just because I was meant to be using it. So they put it in a state that it is usable. So I technically do have gas now. However, it has not been leak tested. It has not got the certificate. It doesn't have the drop vent. So I'm feeling quite nervous about it. That being said, Dad and I did go and fill up the tank with 10 pounds of LPG. It took us about 3 attempts to try and get the nozzle. I might throw that footage in now for you to have a look. First attempt of fitting LPG. Right,
we'll check that out.
Oh my god. So caution, disconnection, no hands beyond this point until trigger release. Right, so do I press in?
Must we twist it or something? Is that?
Oh, yeah, okay.
And that must be it.
That's locked. Yeah. Right, okay. Then I just.
And then literally zeroes it.
It's zeroed.
There you go.
Oh.
Right. If you let go of the trigger, it stops and you have to pay and start again.
So always hold until
just hold it.
Is it the same as petrol? Will it just go off when it's full?
Yeah, I think so. Just hold it, see what happens.
No, I've not got that right yet.
You have to keep turning.
Well, that's it as far as it goes, and it won't go back and forward.
Right, well, push it in and then
push it.
Now press the trigger.
Do I need to? Do I need to pull that back? Maybe it's empty. But we did get it in, and straight away when we got back in the van we could smell gas, so there was a leak straight away. So we put all the windows down, drove back to my parents' house, and Dad got his tools out and he's got a bit of like leak testing fluid, and we found where the problem was. Now the problem was on our side, so Dad had fitted the gas pipes from the hob and from the oven to the truma, and the gas men had done the work underneath. So the problem was our mistake, or from inside. But if I remember correctly from when we were fitting this, the joins at the back of the hob, Dad said, I'm going to leave those loose for when the gas men fit so they can tighten it all properly and test it. So that's where the leak was coming from. We could actually hear it. Dad has tightened those up yesterday, and then this happened. Ooh. It's got bubbles. We got the water boiling. Woohoo! So kind of cool. We did turn the oven on as well, but there was a distinct smell of plastic. So we need to investigate that as well. So we have kind of got gas, but I'm really nervous about it because it hasn't been properly signed off and checked yet. That being said, I can now use it, but we can't fit the heating vents because they'll be in the way when the gasmen need to refit what they need to refit when it goes back in like 4 weeks' time. So we can't really install the heating, which is a bit of a shame because I was literally expecting to be in it. So yeah, but these things happen, you know. It's like when you build a house, they say it takes twice as long and it costs you twice as much money. You know, we're very lucky that this is kind of the only thing we've had to contend with throughout the build because we've done everything else ourselves. So, you know, these things happen. It's not the end of the world. It's just a bit of a delay. We carry on. We're going to continue with the work. So this is just to keep you up to date and to not tank my YouTube algorithm, because if I don't post for a week, then all my views go. So I'm just trying to maintain that as well. Lots of juggling to do with this YouTube lark. And then we're going to crack on today. So Dad's gone this morning to his friend's house who has some proper leak testing stuff. So we got it sorted a bit last night. He just made his own leak test liquid because he'd run out of his. So he's gone to pick that up this morning. We're going to double check all that today. And then we're going to finish off fitting this up, the top of that. So we have also done some work on that. We have added some lights on the back of it and stuff like that. So that will go up and we'll finish off the bulkheads. I also want to say a big thank you to a chap called Alan. So I said I was going to paint a big tree on this bulkhead when it was done. He has come back and said, what about a blossom tree? And that has inspired me to no end. So thank you, Alan. I have been down a YouTube rabbit hole of cherry blossom videos and I am just in love with it. I'm looking at all the different techniques of how to do it. So especially after now I've put that pink on this side, I'm definitely going to do a cherry blossom on this tree, not a normal like woodland tree. So think about that another time. But that's given me such inspiration. And I actually think, I don't know now whether I might, you know, bring it all the way around here and down here. I don't like having the white, so lots of options there and lots of things to cheer me up after a couple of frustrating weeks. So Dad and I are going to graft for the next few days, and then that will give me enough content so I can edit for next week for you to watch, and yeah, hopefully we will get back on some sort of track. Fingers all healed. It's still a little bit bruised, which is weird. I spoke to one of my neighbours and he was like, oh, you must have hit bone or something. But thanks to Dad's very quick actions of, like, he put his finger on it and squeezed it so hard for about 5 minutes straight after it happened. And what that had done is actually sealed the skin back on. So the flap of skin had sealed back on. And I kept it covered for 2 weeks, so I didn't even take any gnarly pictures of it, I'm afraid. But we're all back to working. I've got a working pinky again. And it's just a little bit bruised, so nothing major. You're up to date. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.